What is up, CDN Network? You're here with Nick Bostico.
And Chase Moskowitz.
And today we're going to be talking about DeAndre Hopkins, who has signed with the Tennessee Titans for $26 million for 2 years with the team, and that $32 million with inactivities. And this is going to be the third team that DeAndre Hopkins signed for. First team being the Texans in the 2013-2019 season, and then the Cardinals in the 2020-2021 season. DeAndre Hopkins, he had a very shaky year last year, obviously coming off of suspension, only played 9 games. But he did have a pretty good season, though.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. He had 717 receiving yards, averaged 79.6. And then he had 3 touchdowns, though, which is a little bit shaky. And he only won 2 of the 9 games that he did play with Arizona.
That's not just his fault. Cardinals were not a good team last year.
Absolutely. Cardinals had a very terrible defense and offense. And let's talk about this. So,
Yeah,
how do you see this impacting the career of somebody like DeAndre Hopkins?
I think this could help him. I mean, there's QB struggles in Tennessee right now with, the new quarterbacks, Malik Willis or whatever. But, I mean, this could play out good. The Titans could be a better team. I don't know if they're going to be a better team than the Jaguars this year, but, we'll play it by ear.
I agree. The Jaguars, they're a very good team too. So honestly, I'm going to be real with you. Just by now that they extended Evan Ingram, I think that they have that division locked
I think they got, yeah.
Yeah. But let's talk about the Titans now. How can the DeAndre Hopkins signing impact the Titans? They got a great team with guys like Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, and how else can this help them?
Oh yeah, this could it could improve their offense and just like their team in general. DeAndre Hopkins, great player. Obviously, he had a shortened season last year because of the suspension. But, if he stays out of injury, and, he could be a really good piece for the offense.
Definitely, and even if, somebody like the Ryan Tannehill doesn't, meet expectations for this year, they can always fall back because they still have 3 pretty solid quarterbacks in Malik Willis and Will Levis, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
good options.
And I think, DeAndre Hopkins is now going to be able to work with, guys like Treylon Burks, because he had a pretty solid rookie year
season,
too.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was pretty fun to watch him too. And Derrick Henry, I feel like he's going to bring a lot of energy to the team and stuff like that.
I think that'll be a good duo.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the defense is really, really solid too. They were the first in the NFL with a stop weight, and and they allowed only 76.9 rush yards average per game, and they were first last year too. And I think that's a major impact, compared
with
to
their
last
defense?
year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Compared to last year's Arizona's, who had 108.6.
Yeah, definitely. Couple touchdowns here and there for DeAndre Hopkins. They could definitely be a better team in general.
Definitely. But could this be a negative impact for the Titans? Do you see that in any way?
I don't see it being a big negative because the Titans don't really have that much to, I'd say, lose this season because they're in such a bad division that they're not thinking about being last place. They're either thinking about being first or wild card. The Colts and the Texans, they're not thinking of that. So I don't think they have that much to lose with adding a really good player.
Definitely. I think, some of their cornerback or comebacks are liabilities for this year, which is going to be a little shaky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a questionable depth chart too and stuff like that. But overall, I see this as a win for both DeAndre Hopkins and the Tennessee Titans. And I think, the Jaguars have a little bit more competition in the South this year.